Hi, this is Miguel Murphy, and this morning I have the opportunity to have a conversation with Emil Serran, otherwise known as Paben, Alex Bruno, and Stephen Dangleben, which will be aired on Dominica's national broadcasting station, DBS Radio, as part of the Diaspora Link Saturday morning program. So, what I'm going to share is my journey in higher education, tips for thriving in higher education, and also opportunities to get connected for those who want to get their journey started, whether it's with education or even their career. And I look forward to this experience and hope you're able to tune in.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, Stephen. What's going on?
Nice, but everything is okay. Alex, everything is okay. It's a wonderful Saturday morning, Beautiful morning it is. And so far we are blessed with beautiful weather for the past couple of weeks, Alex. Lovely weather. Beautiful sunshine.
Oh, that's wonderful, Stephen.
Stephen, good morning to you.
Emil, Paben, Sarah, my brother, how do you do? How is everything?
I'm nice. I'm good to go. Nice up.
I like the way to go.
That is quite interesting. It's always a really refreshing feeling to link up with an original. Not very many people can be called originals. But you are one of those. And your originality in this business comes with the way in which you still prepare for a radio program.
Indeed.
Yeah, you are a stickler for detail and preparedness, and I must say that about you every time I interact with you in the media, Stephen, because you have that, you have the magic, that same old school touch of getting properly prepared for anything that you do in the media.
Well, Alex, I believe in the old school way, and I always say that in radio it's 90% of preparation, 10% of presentation.
Indeed.
And old school have never failed you.
Never.
But how could old school fail? No, old school is the right school. Yeah, man, Stephen. So we have today with us Miguel Murphy, who I suspect we will be alluding different titles to in the future. This man has been in the education business for a while here in South Florida. And I get the feeling that one day this man is going to be some dean or some assistant president or some VP something in some big establishment in the world. I just feel it's going to happen because he has been administering this for such a while and doing it very well. So with Miguel Murphy, no stranger to our program, he is on with us today. And the program, Miguel, Mr. Brother Murphy, is all yours. You have 18 more minutes to tell the world exactly what you need to tell them. So let's use the time wisely. Good morning.
Good morning, Alex. Good morning, Emil, and good morning, Stephen. Thank you for having me once again on the program. I'm honored to share my journey, also to share some tips for thriving in higher education, and also to connect the community to opportunities that will get them started if they're interested, and hopefully they are in higher education. So
okay. Now, Miguel, one thing, if you could probably speak up a little bit, that would be better. I'm not sure about the radio, but I'm not hearing you as clearly as I would love to.
Okay.
Is there any way you could boost your audio that's going out?
Sure. What about now?
Well, you could have one of your many assistants do that.
Let me try once more.
Not a problem.
Okay.
Because we want the world, including your many fans and your students, to hear you in full flight. Right, Stephen D?
The information that they are dispensing.
Yeah. Is it any
is it coming through
at this time, or is it the same?
Yeah.
Stephen, is it coming through clearly?
Yeah, a little better, yes.
All right. Okay, so all you need to do probably, Miguel, is to speak up a bit more,
Yes. What about now? No?
Well, it's better than previously.
Okay.
Just keep your excitement and like I guess your father would.
Thank you. So I was saying thank you for having me this morning. Just wanted to share, just my journey in higher education and just tips for thriving and for those who are interested, to help them get connected to higher ed in general. So I just want to start out by saying that I was raised in the community of Maho, and I attended the St. Mary's Academy. And once I completed, I migrated to the United States, to South Florida, Miami, where I've been in higher education for the past 21 years. So my current capacity is a senior academic and career advisor. I'm also an adjunct faculty member in our School of Business, our School of Global Business, where I teach principles of management, intro to business, effective supervision, human relations, human resources, etc. And I have a number of additional roles. I advise the Caribbean Students Association. I also serve on multiple committees at the campus and at Miami-Dade College, which includes the strategic enrollment management team, very important team at the campus and the college, the legislative advocacy team, marketing team, and also I co-chair the Caribbean Awareness Month committee and Haitian Flag Day team. So those are just some of my tasks and responsibilities at the college, Miami-Dade College, that I currently serve in.
All right, these are some. Well, if there's a some and there are more, well, you have to be called someone who is very well accomplished in your particular endeavor. Congratulations again, my brother, and I wish for you continued success. But today we are not going to speak too much about you. Let's talk about the children or the students or citizens or people who can benefit from your work. That's what I would imagine your focus would be on our program this morning.
Absolutely.
What is exactly? Yeah. So again, as I said, it's your agenda to decide.
Yeah.
What is it that we can say no to people listening in terms of the work you do and how they could be involved in the education? Well, in being educated, I would imagine, or being informed.
So we could start with the local community here in South Florida that may be of Dominican descent or Caribbean descent, that may be in their final year of high school. We're getting ready to begin our orientation season at the college to orient new students. So if you're in the 12th grade and you're about to graduate and you have not quite made a choice yet as to which institution that you want to attend, Miami-Dade College will provide that opportunity for you to get started with the admissions process, with applying for assistance, that's financial aid, and if just choosing a career or a pathway or a major that will help you to thrive in the future. So that's for our local students. We also, our local community who are adult learners. So maybe you're not in high school and you sort of want to get that journey started with, getting a career, getting an education, or changing careers, or getting additional skills. Miami-Dade College can provide an avenue for beginning that journey in itself. But I imagine there's a number of folks probably on the island of Dominica that might be interested in pursuing a degree. And we have an international students office that can support that transition or getting that information that is needed to study here in Miami. Miami is a beautiful place. Lots of diversity, not just folks from the Caribbean, but folks from all across the United States, from all across the globe.
And the world.
And it's the melting pot. So we have 8 campuses scattered throughout Miami-Dade County. We offer virtual classes as well. where students can take classes online. And so if you're interested in that, I can actually connect you to those resources to gain more information on that. So we do have an honors college at Miami-Dade College. So for high achieving students, the honors college provide opportunities, scholarships that can also help folks to, begin their career or gain those skills that they need. Now, at Miami-Dade and many of the other colleges across the state of Florida, we offer associate's degrees. That's Associate of Arts. We offer Associate of Science degrees. We offer professional certificates. So those are more short-term in like business and education and information technology in a number of areas. And particularly for the Associate of Arts degrees, we have over 300 programs. So just name it and we have it. And Miami-Dade College specifically provides or is a pathway to other institutions across the state of Florida and also across the United States. So students can do like a 2-year degree, the associates, and transfer on to, say, Florida Atlantic University in Broward County or Florida International University locally, or any of the other 11 to 12 public institutions in the country, in the state, and private universities as well.
Okay, no. So you seem to be speaking a lot about Miami-Dade College, which I can attest to is a fantastic institution for higher learning at an affordable cost, especially for people who are at the beginning process of the college career. So it's fantastic. You also are a Dominican who has done well at the college, and you are one of those administrators who meet people for the first time when they come to your college.
Absolutely.
So let us now tie in the Dominican who is home now, or probably in South Florida, who is interested in coming to have a chat with you folks at the Miami-Dade College. What is it that you personally and your staff can do to embrace, let's say, this Dominican person without much money, who has not had the exposure as you do, to get into the college right now? What can you do for that student right now, Miguel?
A local student in South Florida or in Dominica?
Well, both. Let's deal with Dominica first. Let's deal with that student in Dominica who has the qualification, the prerequisite qualification, who has the drive, but who does not necessarily have the money and the contact in the U.S. to come to study at Miami-Dade.
Well, we have a team. I'm not I want to say not the only Dominican at the campus. I have an esteemed colleague, Dr. Andrew Carbon, who is actually the director of admissions and registration at our campus. So we have a team of folks who identify with Dominicans and Caribbean heritage that can guide students, whether they're local or in Dominica, through the process. So there may be a local Dominican or Dominican who is a U.S. citizen. So we have that dynamic where you may have a Dominican who's also an American. And one of the advice that I want to share is that there's a number of students who transition after they graduate from high school, for example, and Florida residency is one of the difficult transitions that they have, because you can qualify for in-state tuition, but you have to have resided in the state of Florida for the past year, or your parents actually. So it's important for those who have that status of being both Dominican and being American to ensure that if they're going to make that transition, specifically in the case where they are transitioning after they've completed high school, or perhaps your family reside here and they filed for you. That dynamics happen all the time, and you're moving over and you want to start college it's important that that Florida residency process be kept in mind, because you do have to reside in the state for at least 1 year to maximize on the benefit of in-state tuition.
Of the local institution, okay.
Correct. So that's one of the challenges that I often see, is that you come for the summer, for example, you graduate from St. Mary's Academy or Convent High School, or your parents just move here over the summer, or your family move over the summer. It means that if you have not, or you cannot prove that you have stayed in the state for a year with 2 documents like a driver's license and also like a vehicle registration, it's going to be difficult to qualify for in-state tuition. So you would have to wait about a year to get that benefit. So ahead
And
of
that is the
your
best.
transition,
And that is the best.
go ahead.
Well, no, and that institution is the best offer that you can give in terms of any
Well,
assistance
also
to that,
there's financial aid. So there's federal aid.
which you have to be a resident also to qualify for.
Correct. You have to be
So
a
that
resident.
Dominican coming from Dominica right now into South Florida just pretty much comes as an international student, which is a different category. I mean, higher costs and.
So for those students who are international students, my advice would be to, search around for scholarships, right? It could be a scholarship that you gain perhaps from an institution or a company or a business in Dominica, or you can look at our website at www.mdc.edu/scholarships, and there's a number of scholarships that the institution offers. Also, they have links to private scholarships as well. So there may be organizations across the country that offers scholarships to international students. And scholarships, the requirements vary it varies.
From
So the
institution to
criteria-
institution, yeah.
Yeah. And it's not just specific to
But you-
Miami-Dade College. You could go to Broward College, you could be going to Midwestern State University. Some schools are even more, receptive to giving scholarships to Dominican students than others. So do some research to see which institutions offer those benefits and opportunities to either lower your tuition or give you a full scholarship. The goal typically is to pay less to go to college. You don't want to go broke trying to get an education to better yourself. So,
I know as you said, and you know the ins and outs of the college, and that there are Dominicans who work with your college.
Yes.
I was wondering whether there is something that could be done, especially through government, because I know there is this Midwestern state arrangement with the government of Dominica, where a lot of Dominican students go into Texas.
Well,
can we not do something like that with Miami-Dade and Dominica somehow, and the government of Dominica? I mean, you know the people in government.
I would say that is a possibility, because we do have a number of MOUs, memorandums of understanding, and partnerships with a lot of institutions locally and across the country and internationally. So I think a conversation would have to occur with the administration and those who have the ability to make those decisions ultimately. I can play my role and share if that invitation is extended or encouraged from Dominica's end. So I can make that connection in itself. But I believe, ultimately, for that to happen, some sort of partnership has to be forged. And Miami-Dade College is no stranger to partnering with institutions in the Caribbean, for training their workforce, whether it's police officers. And we've done training and activities with Trinidad, for example, and also in St. Kitts in the past, from just my knowledge. But I think it is a possibility, and it is an invited conversation. And if someone's listening out there that's interested, that is in a position to have those discussions from Dominica's end, then I can assist in making that connection to the administration at Miami-Dade College.
Yeah, I was hoping you would be that overture. You being a Dominican, you being enjoying the best of both worlds. You would initiate that and be proactive in that aspect.
Well, I will actually be proactive in that endeavor. So post this call, I will do what I need to do to begin those conversations.
Thank you very much. Stephen D will give you the direct contact to, I guess, the Minister of Education, or maybe even the Prime Minister, Stephen. I mean, I know you have all the contacts, so you can just check your phone now and give it to Miguel. Anyway, Paben, I think we have one more question.
So my contact information, if you want to get a hold of me, is mmurphy3@mdc.edu. That's mmurphy3@mdc.edu. You can also check me out on YouTube. Just go to www.youtube.com, search for Miguel Murphy, and you can connect with me and see all of the activities that I'm engaged in on a college campus and also in the community. If you're on Instagram, Miguel Murphy 8. If you're on LinkedIn, you can search for me and add me. And I look forward to connecting with you and also to share my journey and experiences as well. Take care.